We've been joined in the studio by two people. Let me introduce them. Mawuli Tofa is an eyewitness. He was you were at Ada yesterday. That's you were at the safari itself?
Nah,
Aqua Safari.
Popo. Yeah.
All right. I'll come back to you. And also we've been joined by CEO of Eco's Concept, Mawu Femo Komla Nyonyibe. Is that correct?
That's
all right. Thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
You have done a lot of work in terms of aqua issues, and we've been recording a lot of accidents. So let me pick your thoughts. I'll come back to you so you tell us how we can ensure safety on our waters, because this is not the first time this is happening. Last week I remember we had about 17 children who were pulled out because of the same issue of the Volta Lake. What did you see yesterday?
Actually, we were at Popokaji, the island that I said right now. We said we were there and we saw empty jet ski moving into the sea. As we were there, no.
Before you continue the story, what were you doing there, please?
Pardon?
What were you doing there?
Please, I'm a worker there.
Okay.
We normally work there on weekends.
Okay, all right. So you can continue the story once again.
So we were there and we saw an empty jet ski, and we rushed on the jet ski, and we found no one's on it, and we said, this jet ski, by all means, I know it contains someone. Okay. So, and the people that we went with, they told us, oh nah, it's just an empty jet ski. So we.
All right. Was it one or two?
Please,
the jet ski.
It was only one.
It was only one.
Yes.
Okay. And what else did you gather after that?
As we saw the jet ski, we took it home and we saw a sticker on the jet ski. Oh,
so you took the jet ski home? I thought it belonged to the Aqua Safari.
Nah, we were on different island. That's why. So we saw a sticker on a jet ski. So we traced the.
What was on it?
Aqua Safari.
Okay.
With a number JBO16 on it.
Okay. All right.
So we called. We know someone there. Then we called the person and we asked him that we have found one of their jet skis. So they should check whether it's one of them or. And he told us no, their jet ski is not missing. So. And we told them that now they should ask the manager. Then he went to ask the manager. Then the manager called us and we asked him that we found a missing jet ski on the sea. So we don't know who contained. And he told us with which number. And we told him, oh, it's JBO16. So this jet ski, you should check for us whether who took the jet ski out. And he said, okay, we should wait for about 1 minute. And he checked on the receipt and told us it's Castro. Immediately he told us no. Then as a friend of mine told me, then he's gone that. Then we called them. They should bring his boys to us so that we check whether we can find him. Or as we were there, no. Then they came with 3 jet skis and 1 speedboat. So they came and our boss told us we should go join them and help them.
So you went with the speedboats?
Okay. We should join them. So we spread. Someone went to Maranatha Beach Resort Camp. We said we don't know whether he parked the jet ski and watching this thing or. So as we went there, then we told him that he should go and check, because I know we are sure that the jet ski, he may pack it because there's no key on it as we found it. And they went and they came back with speed and they told us he's not been found. And we searched for everywhere.
Are you a diver? Can you swim?
Please, I can't tell you that I can swim or I can't, but when it reaches normally I can do my best on it.
All right, we'll come back to the story. I mean, listening to him, are you surprised that Aqua Safari manages this? People go there to relax, have fun, and the boats, the jet ski was just on the water with nobody on, and they had to alert them. Are you surprised that that's the case?
Well, I would like to look at it from two different perspectives.
Sure.
Renting of jet ski is something that establishments along the lower Volta basin, they do.
Sure.
Okay. Now, looking at where he claims that they found a jet ski, okay, around this period, from June, July, August, it's a rainy season. And this is an estuary. It's an area that accommodates, or let me say, takes a lot of water, huge volumes of water. And you have other tributes feeding into that area. Well, if one, I don't know what type of jet ski they are using. If two people, there are different type of jet ski and their horsepower.
Sure.
I don't know which type of jet ski they are using. If it is the one meant for one person and two of them are on, then the risk is very high. And getting to the estuary, at where the river and the sea meets, it's a very rough area. Now, currently from June, July, August, around that period, we experience what we call underwater current. You see the surface very calm,
but
beneath it, there's a lot going on in there. So if you don't know the terrain very well, so I believe what Castro did from the news item and from my team on the ground, what they informed me is like, he moved the jet ski trying to cross to the seaside, and he was crushed, or he was met by an angry wave. And so the lady fell. So, and according to source 2, it is only the Castro who was wearing a life jacket. So he tries to remove his life jacket to give it to the guy. In the process,
another angry wave might have.
You know, so two of them get in. And that area in particular is very deep. The deepness varies. Some places you can have it very shallow, and all some of these things.
How deep are we talking about?
Oh, that area can be as between 10 and 15 feet.
Or more.
Or more, depending on the area. And you see, there are two types of estuaries there. We have the man-made and the natural one. Okay, the man-made, because it's man-made, it's very rough.
The depth, yeah.
It's very rough. The area is very rough. So what might happen was, actually the aqua safari or some of these establishments along the basin or along the banks should have been educating the people who come to their facility to use those kind of water sporting equipment, because some of them, they don't know. They see the water as the ordinary water, but we that know much about the area, even we are very cautious around this season and anytime you get there. So they should have educated anybody who is coming to use the jet ski. Listen, when you get to the estuary, don't go close to where they meet. It's very dangerous. It's like we have a mechanism in place, a Dam Tourism Authority Center and Eco3 Tourism Consult and the District Assembly have a mechanism. So when people come at the boat, the boatmen meet them, and even the boat, the number of boats, the number of passengers the boat take, we have limits to it, and all of them we make sure they wear life jackets. Yes. You understand?
So in other words, the lady perhaps was not even allowed to go on it. Perhaps Castro was the one who could do it, obviously.
Exactly.
And that. But I want us to go back to still the safety bit.
Yeah.
When I, for instance, visit the Adam place, I have never been there,
yeah,
and I claim to know how to use the jet ski and all. Am I giving first of all a test run for you to see that I'm capable? What? How does one qualify to get on it without?
Yeah, that is a very good question. A lot of people come there. Let me give you an example before I answer your question. There's a guy who came from London, I think last year. So we are having a beach party, and he claimed he wanted to, because he lives in London, he thinks he knows it. So we questioned him, said here, so we gave it to him. Immediately he pressed the lever, the thing moved, and he fell into the water. But unfortunately for him, he was wearing a life jacket. So we were able to rush down and save him. So what you do is, before you get on the jet ski, they will ask you, the instructor will ask you, have you ever used it? You said yes. So in this situation, probably they might ask Castro whether you know how to use it, and say yes. And on his way, probably pick the lady. And my question is, if you want to go through the estuary, I don't know the horsepower of the jet ski.
I mean, you've made that clear that you don't know the horse, so that's fine.
If Castro should go alone, I don't think would have this situation. It's the weight, and that meets the strong tidal wave that cause what we are experiencing today. So on the safety aspect, yes, we when tourists or people get to a dam, they should, when they get to those facilities, if they don't know how to use those facilities, they should ask the instructors. They will instruct them, teach them, you know, because just case it's only the resorts and people who have the hotels that rent them out. It's only few, you know. And sometimes our people, when they get there, even after you instruct them, they want to show off. They want to show off, especially when they are moving with their colleagues. You know, they like to maneuver and do so many things.
So I
remember one time last year, a guy crashed at the Peace Holiday Resort. He didn't know. He just pressed the lever and it took off just like that. It's only God could have crushed other people around. So a lot of education must be done by those who own those establishments along the banks.
All right. Whilst we are on it, even if I come and I claim to know how to use the jet ski, right, and I'm not giving any test, and let's say an amateur also comes, they also don't know, and they teach them, how long does one have to go through it to be comfortable and confident to stay on the water? How long?
Well, jet ski is a simple water motor, let me put it, a personal water motorbike. It's very easy to operate, just with the lever. If you just put the ignition on, just a second of tuition, you should be able to maneuver your way out. But it is very important, before you use a jet ski, you need to know how to swim.
Sure, that's important. Yeah, very.
That is the first point. And secondly, you should know the area very well. But in this case, I don't think, some of those areas, they see it. I don't know how many often they've been going there, you know, to have fun and some of these things. But these are some of the things you need to know when you want to ride a jet ski. And most of the time, if you are not experienced rider, when you want to go alone.
All right. I'll come back to you for your final thoughts. So, what have you gathered since? How long have you been in Accra?
I was born here.
Yeah, I know. No, I mean, when did you leave there and you came there? What time did you leave from there?
Around 10 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. At what point did the rescue team, search team, come in?
For like 1
p.m.
1.
But when did this happen? When did you see this? When did you guys report to the Aqua Safari?
For like 12 getting to 1 that we reported.
I see. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Finally, people who want to go there, I'm not should they be scared? What should they observe before we go on?
Well, they should not be scared. Actually, we have good lifeguards around. We have good tour guides around that can take you around and for you to experience the bounties of nature. But at the same time, when you get there, they should seek advice or listen to the instruction that people that the instructors will give you to enable you to enjoy your environment. But to add to it, the search yesterday when my team called me and looking at the area the incident took place, I told them to start moving towards Jita, because
you know they could have been flown all the way.
Because there's friction at the estuary as at now. The river is pushing in and the sea is pushing out. Yes. So there's kind of this. So it happens within the sea territorial bound that they are bound to move towards Jita area.
Do you think we'll find them today or perhaps tomorrow?
Yeah, normally when incidents like that happen, sometimes it takes 2-3 days.
3 days, yeah. I thought so too. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
CEO of Ecos Concept, Maufemo Nyonyibe. Thank you very much for joining us. And also Mauli Tofa, he was there when it happened. Of course, he was one of the first people who saw the jet ski and reported to the Aqua Safari. And you've heard all the advice they've given. You can enjoy your holiday at a dam, but just be careful and listen to instructions when you go there. If you don't know how to use the jet ski, admit it and they will show you. And just strictly go by what they tell you.